Wang. Dish.
How's it going, Yacht?
Oh, yeah.
Windows Update Stream.
Penetration.
Fan of fucking tration.
All right, what's this? Is anybody watching the stream?
What
No.
stream is this?
My stream.
Check it right now.
Oh, it's super exciting.
Okay. Hey, Yacht, you want to come play some Wildlands?
Okay.
Yeah, you can just join off me. I'm already in it.
They're fucking with resolutions. Yeah. Let's see.
Son of a bitch. Fuck am I gonna get out of here?
Oops, wrong one.
Like, I can't play this game with AI. They're fucking terrible.
I know.
Like, they don't know how to hide. They give you away all the time.
Mm-hmm. Buddha said he wanted to get Windows 7 running in a VM in Hyper-V. And we were
Yeah.
having issues with it yesterday, but I figured it out.
What was it?
It's a setting. It's working now. Um, hmm. Seriously? Fuck off. Oh, very good. Up you get. Hmm.
Creator going to be on tonight, or is he out having fun?
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know.
we're doing the podcast tonight.
What time is it right now? Like 4. Let me see. My time. Oh, I'm talking about California. It's like 4:40 where I'm at.
It's 9 o'clock Cradle's time, so roughly about 8 o'clock. Like, my time's 8 o'clock because Cradle's an hour ahead of me.
I gotta set up my phone like different times. For like 6:41 over there in Houston.
Oh shit.
Where my friend lives, it's 9:41 a.m. in Osaka.
Good. There we are.
Probably either tonight or I'll do it tomorrow. I'm gonna start playing Blade and Soul again, but I'm gonna because they got the new character, the gunslinger that came out a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Character, so I'm gonna probably play it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna.
Fucking dumbasses, don't shoot, you fucking idiots. You fucking idiots, don't shoot. I'm gonna get away.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
Oh, no problem.
Here, we'll play it
I
again.
think.
That's it. These fucking guys are idiots.
There, you like my follow notification? She's pretty.
Oh, geez. When I was at the Renaissance Fair
Mm-hmm.
to do gate duty, right? Because each guild has to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done it a few times, and then I went up there, and then I realized, I go, no wonder you guys like doing gate duty. It's only like two hours or 3. Then, like, as some people go out, they're going out for lunch, right? And then they come back in, or like it was because we're staying open till like 8 o'clock.
Right.
Then the women, people, when they're going out, it goes, "Oh, you guys coming back in? You need to be stamped." Oh yeah, and then the girls, boom, blouse, and then all you see is titties. He goes, "Right on my nipples." I'm like, I don't know why you guys like this. This was like years back. I was like, holy shit. So I'm like, I get that stamp, and right when I stamp her tit, I just spun it. She's like, oh, left a big old purple botch that spun around. You couldn't even see what it was. And when they're coming back, I go, "You're fine." And, we had girls that looked like her. Like one girl came in, she was all dressed like something from like Conan. Her stomach looked like somebody chiseled it out of a stone. And she was like, she was hot, right? She comes in there, and I'm like, holy shit. She was short. She was like very, very athletic.
Yeah, that's my kind of girl.
And she came with a huge group. It was like about 30 people, and they're all dressed like from Conan. And they had like, some people had their painted bodies, and yeah, there was it was from all body types. It was guys and girls, right? Like guys with their girlfriends. There was some girls that were thick. I'm talking about like Marilyn Monroe thickness, and then some bigger, but big boobs and stuff.
Right.
Going, damn, this group is not bad looking. I'm sitting there looking. I go, what do they all look each other up on the internet and found each other? Goes, because I didn't see not one ugly. Usually, you always see a group of people and they're all ugly, or they're all good. You know what I mean? They're either or. Mixed in.
Yeah, you gonna come in, or?
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for my updates to finish on Windows 7 there, or at least I was. I put my finger in my
Always like
bum.
that.
I'm not
The
doing
funniest-
anything with these fucking AIs.
Yeah, I'll come
I
save you.
saw.
Okay.
I may
I'll be
have
right
to
back.
reinstall it though.
What?
I don't know if it's
Reinstall
installed.
it.
Yeah.
We had 2 girls like one time walk up. Hey, you guys want to see something? We're like 2 guys. Okay, we're in our 50s. We're standing there and like, yeah, what? And then you imagine these 2 girls. They're like in their like late 20s, and all of a sudden they start French kissing. We're like,
Cool.
like, okay. It's like it's not something I've never seen before, you know.
Right.
But they were doing that. Like, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, damn. It's like when you're up the front gate and it's like, was it the evening or when people are leaving you? That's when you see the freaks come on.
Yeah. Damn, bitch, you hungry? Eat her face.
So I'm like laughing my ass off. I was going, damn, okay, I don't mind. You know, it's like, geez.
This is called Two Guys, One Cup.
Oh, no.
No, it's not like that.
I'd go, keep moving.
This is about math. There it is.
Oh, I'm not
Sorry.
even gonna
It's
watch
called
it.
Two Balls in a Can.
Hugh Hunt is an engineer at Trinity College.
Gonna watch it.
University of Cambridge.
But,
Matt Parker is a guy from YouTube who talks about.
No, it's safe, man. It's YouTube.
Is it worse than the exploding dicks?
No, this is actually interesting.
Or the fucking duck rape?
About maths.
No, nothing like that.
Matt and you play with a thing and then do some working out.
I'm here once again with Hugh Hunt, the great extraordinaire, who's going to show me a thing. Then we'll do some working out.
Well,
What have
you
got?
posted it in.
I've got
You
balls.
guys have
In
got
general.
balls.
Yeah,
There's
so
one thing
You know,
I've said
alright.
about you.
they're three ordinary balls,
Screw-
nothing
Are
special.
they like snooker balls or pool?
And this is,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
They're like snooker balls.
And this is a
Okay,
tin
I'll be right back.
aluminium
Yeah,
can.
you can join in whenever. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting at the
Cut the
loading
top
screen
off.
here.
I can put
Oh, dude, I gotta reinstall
all
it.
the
It's
players.
60 gigs. It's gonna take a few minutes.
the third one.
Okay, I'll be right back then.
Question is, what happens if you take the ball off the top?
50 gigs, sorry.
The fact that you're asking me means it's not just going to sit there, is it? It's going to fall over.
Well, have a go. Take the ball. Okay, lift it off.
Just.
Yeah, just take it off.
Hey! Okay, give it back. I'm doing it.
Okay,
Right, so you put the balls in the tin. The rest of the video is just me playing with this now.
okay.
And without cutting myself,
Yeah, and you put the other ball on
I'm
top.
just seeing if it's. Oh, it's ready to go. So this is containing the excitement of the tin.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
now, the first thing you have to do
Yeah.
when you're trying to analyze it
Yeah.
is to draw a good diagram. Nice big diagram, right?
Yep, that's a big diagram.
Now, these balls are not the same size.
As the
As the cup.
they're definitely
So the first thing you've got to notice is the ball is about two-thirds.
Two-thirds. I'll say
All right.
two-thirds.
So let's divide this up into 3 bits. So one ball is sitting here,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it rolls against one side.
and the other ball is sitting. Trying to draw a good diagram.
That's wow.
This is something you can sit on your table.
Mm-hmm.
And then when somebody dumb enough
Is it
to
being
and curious to
a
pick the
ball,
ball,
That one has a little cushion of air.
You
So-
are a dag. No, this guy's not-
It's fucking
This is
cool.
why anyone's ever phrased that.
they're thinking, God, I should do that for fair. You know, the Renaissance fair.
Mm.
Get 3 balls. And see what patron like just grabs the ball off the can.
Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, you're confiscating it. Fine.
Okay, let's put that. It is a
It's
quite.
not Matt and Hugh play with a thing while doing some working out.
There we
It's
go, okay.
and then do some working out.
They're describing why it does it,
Is
right?
really important about this diagram.
Yep.
Is we then think. What are
Well,
the
they're
forces
going
acting
through
on the
how
tin?
to figure out
So
the
let's just
math
draw the tin.
to determine why it's doing it.
If in doubt, draw the
Yeah,
diagram.
that's what
Yeah, but I'm
I'm
not-
figuring out right there
And
when
so
I'm looking at
here
it.
is point A, and
Yeah.
here's point B.
Yeah.
A and B.
Yeah, that part is boring, but just the fact that it works, that's cool.
Hey guys, salut, it's Alex. So welcome back to the Ramen Addiction series. This episode is part of my Instant Ramen Addiction series. I have this love-hate relationship with ramen noodles. I mean, I love them, but they hate me. I mean, they're not that good for me. So I'm gonna
Hey, Yacht,
try to
how come
build
you're not
my
running
own
Windows 10?
instant ramen noodle soup. Hopefully
What?
by now you know
I am.
how to make fresh noodles,
How come
instant
you're updating
noodles,
Windows 7?
fresh broth, instant broth.
Because Buddha needed Windows 7 for something.
Oh,
There
this
we
is
go.
Buddha's computer?
No, this is my computer. He was doing some shit today, so I figured I'd see if I could get it figured out, and I did. And I figure while I'm at it, I might as well update Windows. And then stream it. Because when's the last time somebody's seen this? And I'm gonna watch YouTube.
So I'm genuinely asking the legitimate question, is it the end? Like, is it over? I mean, despite all the effort we did put in so far, all we did is just a base, really. Yeah,
Windows
you see, whenever
7,
I
the
need
slowest
my
shit
ramen
I've
fix,
ever
I
seen.
never have it that pure.
Oh
or
man,
that
it's so
minimal, if you
fast.
wish. I always add a few things along the way just to make it a real dish. So today I'm
It
gonna
makes
share
Windows
with you
10 look bad.
4 ramen hacks, as known as 4 quick and dirty ways to just instantly upgrade your instant ramen noodle soup. Okay, so within this video I'm gonna be using that beautiful chef knife from Victorinox that was sent to me by Mastrop.com, which is a community-driven commerce platform. I've got a cool surprise for you guys, so be sure to stick to the end of this video, but in the meantime, let's start with the first ramen upgrade. Begin with a tablespoon of soy sauce, then a teaspoon of our instant ramen broth, homemade of course, then another teaspoon of instant dashi. So FYI, my instant dashi powder is just, you know, katsuobushi and kombu blitzed together into a fine powder. Add a bunch of homemade instant noodles and cover that up with boiling water. Let that sit on the side for about 5 minutes. Afterwards, add nori seaweed, a soft-boiled egg, which I forgot and now it's an hard-boiled egg, and fried bacon on the side. So of course the classic side dish on ramen noodles is char siu pork, which is, you know, that marinated pork belly. And you know, that's fine on the weekend when you definitely got time to do it, but on weekdays, nah, I just use bacon. Finishing with finely chopped spring onions in the center. So there you go, it's a quick Tokyo-style ramen noodle soup, on the cheap of course, but let's be clear, using only homemade ingredients. No, it's important. Itadakimasu! What I really like about this ramen is the mix between the sea and the earth. Like the nori seaweed and the dashi on one side, and the pork and the chicken and the eggs on the other. There is so many layers of flavor. You've got the noodles, the broth, the dashi, the eggs, and the spring onion for some nice freshness. Alright. Okay, next. The second ramen upgrade is a very comforting one, made to counter winter and ice and frost, or just, you know, to recover from a severe hangover. Start with a teaspoon of red miso, then a teaspoon of our instant ramen broth. Add instant noodles and cover up with boiling water. Let that sit on the side for 5 minutes. Afterwards, add boiled ground pork and cabbage on the side. But to me, what makes it truly special, a bit of sweet corn and a good knob of butter. Oh, they really bring the comfort to the next level, like not this level, like more or less this level. Finish it with super fine nori seaweed. Ooh. This is like liquid comfort. Wow, I think it's the butter and the corn that really makes this dish more comforting and, you know, more reassuring. Okay, next. Quick update, guys, I've got some new and useful merch. It's gonna be available in my shop. I'll post the link in the description box down below. It's 2 beautiful posters made around the mind mapping situation. It's all about herbs. One is about full-bodied herbs like thyme, rosemary, all that stuff. And the other one is about fresh herbs like coriander, parsley, you know, all those fragile herbs. Hopefully they're gonna help you in the kitchen big time. And if you ask me, they're a perfect Christmas gift. Okay. Back to ramen. Third ramen upgrade. This ramen upgrade is really about what you can find at the moment at the market. Like I've got carrots, soybean sprouts, zucchini and mushrooms, so that will be my ramen upgrade. Begin with a tablespoon of soy sauce, then a teaspoon of our instant ramen broth, then another teaspoon of our instant dashi. Add a bunch of instant noodle and cover that up with boiling water. Let that sit on the side for about 5 minutes.
Checking for updates. I thought the update was done
Cut
yet.
everything very finely.
Or you just
and
making
then add
sure?
them to the bowl.
Have you never
Finally, give it a
updated Windows
generous
7 before?
sprinkle of sesame seed. And
Nope.
there you have it, a
You're never
homemade,
finished
fresh, and
installing
super
updates.
convenient dish that just ticks all the boxes. The simple,
This is the part of it. This is the core of what installing Windows 7 used to be
You've got
like.
Nice fresh mushrooms. You've got some crunchy carrots. You've got an egg for good protein, and then you've got some soybean sprouts, just to bring some.
So you have to
diversity
install
texture.
it twice.
Twice.
Okay, next. The last
Twice
ramen
an
upgrade
hour.
is the one
More
I
like
use
it.
when I seriously need to wake up. Quite surprisingly, chilies got on me the same impact coffee does, which is basically a slap in the face. Start with a teaspoon of chili bean sauce called doubanjiang, then a teaspoon of our instant ramen broth. Add instant noodle and cover that up with boiling water and let that sit on the side for 5 minutes. I think you get it now. Afterwards, add tofu cubes, caramelized ground pork, a bit of kimchi, that Korean fermented.
Okay, so yeah,
spicy
today after
cabbage,
work, I
a
head
few
over to the
spring
hotel.
onions, finely
You
Yeah.
know, I'm
and
going
finish
from
him
the
and
workout
finish
room
me
to
too
the
for that
pool, you
matter,
know,
with a
relaxing,
lavish
and
sprinkling of
these two
Sichuan
fucking
peppercorn
chicks come in
powder and a
to the pool.
completely unnecessary drizzle
Assholes.
of
and
chili.
they're
That could
fucking,
possibly wake up a
you know,
dead
they're younger
person, or, you know,
women,
make me one.
but they have fucking kids.
Alright.
I can already
So I'm
feel
sitting in the hot
heat
tub listening to my
coming through.
music, not giving a fuck if they're hearing or not. And all of a sudden, this one gets up, leans on the fucking edge, and makes facing me, and then starts shaking her ass at me.
I don't know why
Like,
it
and
does
they're
so bad, it
fucking
tastes so
beat.
good. Okay.
I mean, fucking beat.
Did you get
And
up
now
and
a
be
few
like,
words about
damn,
the
beat,
Victorinox
I gotta go
8-inch
home
Fibrox
and throw up?
Honestly, I like everything about this. Like the sharpness, the weight, the handle, and last but not
No.
least, a good
No?
price point.
Man, you gotta
almost
let
said
them know.
that.
They might not know that they're beat.
Reliable and expensive. And the guys at Mastrop made it even
Like, they
better
were
by
like,
getting
ground
that
beef.
under $30. If you ask me,
You go, I want to go to Arby's now.
Yeah,
Ground
fuck.
beef.
I'll share the link
Bitch,
to
you
that
remind me of
Italian
Arby's.
offer in the description box. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this.
What is that?
Except it's
Ground
more
beef?
gray.
Video. If you
Ground
did,
beef,
please give
yeah.
it a big thumbs up, like it, and share that over all your.
I want a roast beef
social
sandwich.
media. You know how it works. Just spread it
That's
out.
the word.
If you have a personal favorite ramen upgrade,
Especially with the
comments
edges.
down below so that
The edges of
everyone
the-
can benefit from this.
of
And
the
last
roast
but not
beef
least, subscribe
are,
because I
like,
make
super
new
dark.
videos every week, and if it's always about food, it's often about ramen. Those
No,
days, let's
the
be honest.
one
Those
that
Swift
fucking
drivers,
shaking her
though,
ass
face
at me,
with
she had
tears of
two
joy.
fucking
You the
kids
power
with her.
to cook in the kitchen. Okay.
Like
What's
fucking
that?
2-year-olds.
Take care. Bye bye. Salut.
I should have set up. Damn, beat.
Yeah.
Here's a. Darn it. Let me see if I can.
Swift
Gotta-
drivers. Yeah. Well, I mean, Windows 7 was good
Gotta
for
go-
lots of stuff. Lots of people still use it. That's why I'm getting
I
up
use
and
it.
running for a friend.
Gotta go get
Seriously?
me some ground beef.
For what? Like,
Playing games. I don't use it for anything else.
seriously? God damn.
What are you posting the stuff in general chat, or
What's that?
these links are in the Circle of Blood channel?
What links? What are you talking about?
Somebody said they were posting something.
Who?
I thought it was Cormac.
What's that?
I thought you said you were gonna put something in chat or something.
I did. I put it in general. The two
Yeah,
balls,
it was
one cup.
it was pretty cool. It's not what you think. Yeah, because I was reluctant at first, and then I watched it. Oh, okay, it's all mathematics and stuff like that. I was like, oh,
If you live somewhere that gets below
No,
freezing
you've
in
already
the
made
winter,
it clear
you've
that
probably
you
heard
don't want to be
stories of
exposed to that
water
kind of
pipes
stuff, so
bursting
I
during
wouldn't do
cold
that to you.
weather. It happened to my house one time, but
mind.
you almost never hear about the same thing happening to fire hydrants. Well, that is
Oh, I'm
because
looking at
we
the
use
that
different
ship
types
that
of
I
hydrants in different places depending on how cold it gets, and the ones in cold places don't
shop.
have any water in them to freeze. Places
Yeah.
with mild climate.
That's why.
There's 58 visits and then 12 current subscribers to it. The blueprint.
Oh, right. Yeah, I subscribed.
Somebody a comment, and
Recently,
he knows
we made a video
Maxi or the
investigating
person Maxi, and he
usefulness
said
of video card
he had
backplates.
worked on it,
In
and
a
then
shocking
he had it like in
surprise
his build,
no one,
and then he goes,
the
this one looks a little bit
was
better.
marginal,
Right.
if anything, at all.
There you go.
So then when EVGA called us up, inviting us to check out their top secret ICX technology that was going to solve video card thermal
Still has to
issues, we had
publish his
wonder,
version of it.
Is this just
So I
another
can't.
case of
That's
gluing
cool
on
because
more
now I
bloody
can't wait to
fans and
see what he did
backplates?
with
Or is it a worthwhile innovation?
people
No,
start.
people are gonna drop the ball with their fucking creations. I mean,
I want to see it, because I think it's pretty cool.
right?
Somebody, that person, he put it up and he said, and then there, anybody wants to go ahead and do their version of it, it's like, go ahead. So, all right, cool.
Right.
Which is a good start because an older,
And
less
one of the
efficient
general
way to
rules
cool
on
with
this,
an unopptimized airflow
if
fin
you
design
do,
would
if
raise
you
a
like
lot of questions. Essentially,
different
what
to
it
the
boils
ship,
down
and then
to
you
is this.
and you
Rather than try to sell us a
print.
revolutionary
Yeah, you got to
fan-made
give credit to the
design or
creator,
whatever,
the
it's
original
more
person.
about
Because
data.
I even put a link to the
ICX
original
relies
guy on
on
it.
9 discrete thermal sensors
And
to
so, like one of the other
dramatically
ships that I had
expand
fixed,
the
because it was the
card's
same thing, had
monitoring
no
capability.
oxygen or anything. The only one that I haven't figured out, I'll figure it out. To the bridge, right? This huge capital ship has oxygen all over, except for some reason the bridge doesn't. But
Got to be a leak
that's why
there somewhere.
I'm not going to publish or something like that. Or I figured all the other leaks. This thing was leaking like it got torpedo, right? Because I started going through it and I saw leak there, and then I figured out they had put like a lot of stairs, or that you can't use stairs as a ceiling block, like, because it's, okay, I'm gonna put it right here because I need the stairs to go up there. You can't do that, or you have to put blocks underneath it.
Yeah, because they're not airtight.
So that's what they were doing. So I was like, oh shit. So I was going through the whole ship, just fixing it. And like this ship took me 6 days because I replaced like I said, I replaced all the steel blocks. Those were like the bare minimum, like just 250 points. Now the difference is now it's at 2,000 points. So
right.
One that it's on Akua, it's called the Colossus. I put that up there because we're mostly on that. We're just on that server. We're just PvEing.
Right.
When Cradle says he wants to go like PvP, and then we just take over the planet. And I'm starting to figure, okay, we don't need, like, when we're doing that, we don't need that type of big ship, or like a capital ship. We're gonna need like probably like 2 or 3 small capital vessels with small other ships. So that way, if we attack, right, the smaller capital vessels can go around while everybody else flies off, and then we just fuck around. Like
right.
2 would be probably like 2 would be the minimum, 3 be the most. And then not big capital ships, but because you have small capital ships, you can hide them around the asteroids and stuff.
Right. Well, we can have like a big capital ship base, right? And then
It's
we
like
can have
whatever
multiple
people pick.
capital ships that dock on it.
Yeah, because like this one, the one I called it the USS Blood.
Mm.
It would take them a long time just to hit through that because I the way I put the turrets, if a ship's flying around, they're going to be constantly shot at.
Right.
Getting shot at. They're going in the rear. They're getting shot at by at least 4 to 5 guns. And then I found out, like, put the laser guns. They're quick at shooting. They're like choo choo choo. Instead of like the plasma guns, fire slower, but it
do
can
more
take out
damage.
like a whole engine. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're really good, you can avoid them with your. So.
Yeah, what I might do tomorrow is I might go back
Welcome back to the
the
shop. What do you
hotel
make of that? Well, I'll give you a
and
clue.
go work
On
out
one
a little
end,
big more,
we got
and if
the
they come down,
FBI interface
big
device.
pussy coming into the pool.
You can't say that. It's okay.
Big
Nobody knows
pussy
what that means
coming into
except
the pool.
for you and I.
I wouldn't say
But the
pussy.
300-pound gorilla
You can get
on
in
this
trouble
end
for that one.
goes
Just
here,
beat.
and then we got some hoses coming out the other end.
Just
What
beat
do you
it.
figure this is? That's right. It's a steering module.
Here's
on
one of
a
the.
big piece
I was
of
tripping out one of the
hydraulic
ladies at a
equipment.
Renaissance fair.
Now,
She
what
just turned 50
articulates
years
in the
old.
middle. Now, loaders and so
It's funny
forth
because she has a
used to have
body like an
steering
18-year-old.
wheels, and now they just got the joystick because
she does a lot of
easier
like
to
the
move your wrist just a
like belly
little wee
dance
bit
Sucking
and stuff
dick?
like that.
cranking this, especially
Right.
with the suicide
Got
and
it.
so forth.
I always see a lot of guys in their 20s and younger always going after her.
We don't get to see this very
Why don't
often.
you go
Made
after her?
in Bulgaria.
Come on, grow some
M&S
fucking
Hydraulics.
balls.
I put a link
Started
to
out
her
this stuff, started out
Facebook
at
thing so you can
67,
see what she,
making
you know.
widgets, and
She just
in
turned 50, I guess, today.
1997, fully
Sorry, this
privatized, making
content isn't
hydraulic
available
stuff.
right now.
And then 2000.
It's probably only for friends. Oh, well.
Sofia, the Bulgarian
I can't
stock
change it,
exchange.
so.
I like to look at these companies because it's interesting for the industrial Lego type stuff. If you sort of get an overview of the share
I'll just
price,
delete
you
it because if nobody can get in
sorta
there, oh
see
well.
where the overall economy is going, because when people are working and shit is happening, these guys what make implements and all sorts
Oh,
of
she's really
they
cool.
do quite well. They make a
Take a
fair
screenshot.
profit. So it's interesting to me, and they are doing what appears to be quite
Yeah,
well.
take a screenshot
booming
and post it
business.
in general.
Despite what the cool kids might tell you, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Work is a good thing. I know next, absolutely fuck
Like
all
copy
about
her.
this. So, we refer to the hive mind.
Picture?
We got ourselves a little schematic here. 1, 2,
No,
3,
just take a
4,
screenshot
5 ports.
of her picture.
We got
And
pressure
then paste
in
it into
port
Discord.
with a check valve. We got the tank port that goes back. That's zero pressure. We got left and right steering cylinders for going widthwise, and we got LS. What is LS? Well, this because
I just
it has
copy it,
LS,
or
which is
I
load
just
sense.
saved the photo and then
Yeah, not gonna write it
post
down.
it.
This has to be a closed center
Works
valve
too.
because if it was an open center valve, it wouldn't have the load sense. And
I don't think Cradle's coming on.
Okay, so closed center valves. There's two types of valves in
might.
hydraulics. There's open
Going
center,
on a date or something.
and they work with gear pumps.
Yeah, maybe.
Gear pumps, of course, positive displacement. They're always putting
You know,
through
Cradle,
a
he's
certain
always
amount
late.
of flow. And if you stop up that flow, pressure goes through the roof, goes
For all
over
you
the
know, he
relief
could be
valve,
selling
heats
the
up.
Hell-
So you need
selling
a
the
valve
Hellcat.
that is open center so that the flow from the pump
Finally get-
over here can just go straight through the valve when
Actually, I
it's in
think
the
the
center
day he
position,
sells the
straight through the
Hellcat, he
valve,
probably
back
will
to the tank.
record that.
It doesn't build up any pressure, doesn't build up any heat. Now, this load sense with the closed center, that means that there is a variable displacement pump, probably a piston pump. So what happens is once the pump comes up to a predetermined pressure, say 2000 psi, it de-strokes. So instead of continually pumping, all it's doing is pumping a little bit to make up for all the leakage in the system. And then what happens is, so there's 2000 psi working here, but the pump isn't working. The pump isn't actually flowing anything. It's just flowing enough to maintain that pressure. Then when we move this valve over, the load sense sends a signal, a hydraulic signal, to the pump to say, hey, we need that swash plate over. We need more pressure. So that's what's going on with this valve. A little bit complicated. I will get in. I'm going to do a 4-part or 5-part or whatever. We're going to build some hydraulic implements, but just so you know, sort
Okay, there's her photo right there. Can you see it?
Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Do you ever fuss and friggin' fuck around with something long enough to realize how utterly and completely stupid it is? I give you the single-phase controlled compressor. What, dear friends, you ask? You're so
Yeah, fuck her throat.
compressor. Well, I'll tell you.
That's just her
One,
face. That ain't her body.
When it has no pressure,
Oh no,
it's under
she's
very little
she's
load,
up. I
so
think she's
you
up in the
have
mountains.
no
God
air.
darn.
Like here in the shop, you don't run. You don't keep your compressor on all the time.
She's always
You
doing
go
like the
away
belly
and the line
dances and
blows,
stuff
well,
like
you're
that
gonna
at
burn your
the
fucking
Renaissance
pump
Fair.
out. So we don't do that. We turn it off.
You see
and
her
we turn
daughter.
it on.
Ooh, her daughter's
Leave
like
it.
in her
The
20s.
Costco pack of Smokies in your face. Frankfurter to that is
Pretty old
you're
man.
waiting for the Jesus thing to get up to
Hey,
pressure
nothing
to
wrong with
use
looking,
your
right?
Ugga-dugga gun.
What?
And then when it gets up to
Nothing wrong
pressure,
with fucking
turns
either.
over. So you get one
I'm saying, but her daughter's.
one little
But I'm saying
fart
when her daughter
pressure,
goes
and
by, I
then you
go.
gotta
Ooh.
wait for the Jesus
how
thing
old
to
is her
kick
daughter?
back on because of that switch.
Just slip a
It's
finger in her
deadband
bum, see if
switch.
she notices.
It comes up and then turns off, and then the pressure's got to drop back down before the Jesus. So that's no good for the Ugga-Dugga. So
I'm always
what we
cracking
are
up because
gonna
you see
do,
these
and by
stupid
we, I mean
young
my
guys
buddy
like
Duclaw.
going after her,
He's
Sabrina.
my
And it's like
popular demand. Apparently, I got a face for radio.
she doesn't even
We
pay
are
attention
gonna
to
put
him.
on a three-phase Motorb, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
she
probably
put
had
on
wants an
older
a
guy.
vector drive. That is going
Around
to
you know
allow
her
us to
age, and it's funny because
maximize
most of the
the
guys
amount of chooks
or the
for our
guys she's been
chucks
out with
on account
are like
of, instead of this idling
between
away
like
when
probably
it
like
first
I would
starts
say
up at
late
0
30s
PSI,
up
'cause this
to
is turning
50.
at the same speed.
You know, 'cause-
We're going
yeah,
to maintain constant horsepower.
more
on this,
mature, doesn't
so
want that.
at
You know,
low
of course,
pressure,
you know, like
she's going to be just fucking flying.
I seen,
at
you know, I seen
100
pictures on
hertz.
her
And then at
Facebook
the
of her
higher
when she was
pressure,
younger. Like,
as the
ooh, she was like
as the
that
amps
model
come
type.
up, the horsepower comes up. We're going to throttle back. Now this is a single phase capacitor.
She did
start
modeling
motor.
when she was
We
younger.
put this on the VFD, the very
So fuck her daughter and then fuck her.
We're going to let the smoke out of her right quick in a hurry.
I just want to know
I didn't
which
wanna
one was
have to do
better.
it, but in order to explain it, you're gonna have to get complicated. Pull out the old post hole digger.
Oh, shit.
Now you got to do the daughter
Essentially,
first.
It's not going to work. And that is all.
Hey, if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed.
Yeah, that joke's so old. That joke's so old.
Put
It's
that
like
on.
dinosaur
And weird.
skirts. Yeah, it's weird. It's
Double wrenchy. In Hammer we trust.
I heard that one in the first time I heard that one
Well, I got your attention. I'm thinking here. I'm doing all my.
was like
On
in the
today's
19.
episode, sharp bike
80s.
connectors, are they awesome or are they an accident waiting to happen? Push it right onto the pipe, just like this. So this is a 3/4 inch end stop. This happens to be CPVC.
Oh, Discord
I'll
fucking
just
up
push
again.
all the
Was
way
it
down in,
Discord?
And we've got now a watertight connection.
Or was
The
it
cool
you?
thing about these fittings is they work in all different pipe
probably my
styles
shit.
as well. CPVC, PEX, and copper, which is fantastic, especially for a remodel contractor or somebody doing some work on their house themselves. So now that you know what they are, let's actually do a quick
It's
cutaway.
blank screen from
I'm
my
gonna show you
Discord
how
right
they
now.
work. I had Jordan Smith put
That's
this on the
weird.
bandsaw.
Let's
here's
shut
what
it
we
off
got.
and then
Here's
come
what's
back on.
Inside here.
I've
When the
had
pipe
that
actually
before.
slides in.
It was
It's
because
this
the
EPDM rubber gasket right here, which is making a waterproof connection.
Discord
And then
was
the
too big
term
for my
shark
screen.
biter, the name comes from these teeth right here. These are stainless steel teeth that are grabbing onto the pipe, allowing it to come in but
Okay,
not
there we
come
go.
out. And it's actually holding that pipe in place. But it's this gasket right here between the outside of the pipe and this rubber, which is making a watertight connection.
Put it this
Now, a
way,
couple
she
things
used to
here
be
you wanna
married to one of
notice.
my
This
friends.
one has an inner kind of pipe wall. If you're using PEX,
That's I go, okay, that's not the type of woman I would.
make sure the PEX wall can
I would
push
just say.
hard enough against this to make a good tight
I don't date
seal.
her. Just put a
The other
dick
thing
in her
that's cool
throat.
about this is if you notice this
If
plastic
that's all
piece
you
right
want to do,
here,
then
you can actually remove these. If
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
a removable
Hey, that's
plastic
fine with
there,
me.
we can
Oh,
pop
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing right off
except for
and pull our fitting off for later use.
if you're like in your
And like I said,
mid 30s, late 30s,
this
then you're
is the
fine.
part
But if
here
you're
that
under
got me
that,
so
she probably
excited
won't
when I
even
first heard about
pay
it, is
attention.
the fact that we can slide these right
Well,
on
you know
copper
her.
and make a
Oh,
super
yeah.
tight, super,
So
not just
she'll
super
fuck
tight, but
easily.
waterproof connection
Our friend,
right away.
oh, God.
Super cool.
Ah!
Far more expensive
He
than
can't,
the
my
standard
friend,
fitting. In
he's
fact,
like
some of these
he's
were
with
in
the Antares,
kind of $8 to
and he's this
$10 range per, so they're not
big old
inexpensive,
Scottish guy.
but so far very
You know,
impressive.
it's like in his
Okay, so what
it's like
concerns do I have? Are these
late
awesome,
40s, like
or are these
he's
an
probably about
accident waiting to
47, but
happen?
Yeah, he looks
One
like
concern
Thor.
I have is that it's rubber that's making a
They're
gasket.
muscular.
And I do have some concerns with the longevity.
And all the
of
girls
any
going
rubber
after him.
gasket.
And it's so
One of the
funny
things
because
that worries me
I
is that
like
we've got
him.
chlorine in
I've
our
seen his
water
wife.
in the US. That's how we typically are
Oh, yeah,
disinfecting our water
he's
supply.
fucked there before.
And that small amount of chlorine over
and then
time could break down really any rubber
that is
gasket
hit
or any
like
rubber seal
I was
in
going
your house.
like
And so these have only been on the market about 13
how could I
years.
say she
I
cheated
don't
on
know
her
that these have
husband.
multiple
This
decades
girl,
worth of
this girl right
reliability.
here.
That's one concern I have. This is just opinion. This is not fact. The other thing I
And-
have that worries me a little bit about
Oh,
these
what about your
is
wife?
that
And he
they're a
goes, they
bit
go, you cheating. He
installer-prone.
goes,
I found a
no,
great
my wife
blog
said it was
post as I
okay.
was doing some research. I'll
I'm
put
like,
a link to
and
this.
at first I
This
was
is
like, what?
from
And then
techuniverse.com.
his wife,
And they had
you know,
common
like
things that they see with these that could be a
later
problem
on
when it
came
comes
out
to
and
install
told
chairs.
me and
And there
said,
are, of course,
oh
quite
yeah,
a
I
few
let
videos
him.
on YouTube about people that have had
Yeah,
some
it's 'cause she's
issues
doing it
with
too.
installing these and leaks that have
Yeah,
been
well,
developed over
she's
time.
bisexual
Couple things
because
that I
he
did
lets her
wanna
have
mention is you want to make sure that
her
choke
young
bite
girls
connector or that push-to-fit connector is seated all the way
and
in.
they're college
You
girls,
also want to make
20s.
sure
I
you're
go,
not
God damn!
reusing your connectors too many
And his
times.
wife's
If you're a
hot
modeling
too, right?
contractor
It
like
was like,
me,
what the fuck?
capping something off. I could see me capping something off, pulling this off later when the
That's the
they have
point.
no
I mean,
kids.
a couple months later, and putting this
sex
back in my
is too much
toolbox.
fun to just
But
be
there's a
between two
lubricant
people.
in there that helps
And
lubricate
then,
that O-ring.
and he
when
was
the
saying
pipe
that
is getting
sometimes,
pushed in
like
there.
his wife would
And
come
really, I think
home,
you should probably only reuse these 2 or 3
like
times
young
before
girl
the
or something like
lubricant
that,
is
and
gone.
and then
And
she'll
my
share
guess
him
is
with
the other
him. I'm
thing
like,
is
oh, you,
also
I
helping
go, I told him, don't even
protect
tell me.
rubber
I go, I want to
gasket
punch you in the
and
face.
that waterproof
Why?
connection between
Just
that
go do
gasket
that.
and the outside of the pipe.
It's like, yeah,
The other
I
thing you
go,
want to be
fuck.
cautious
It goes,
about
I go,
these,
I
they're
go.
not
Now I
UV
gotta go watch a
stable, so
porn
don't leave them
and pretend
outside,
it's me.
and they're not ground composite
Living
sealed
your life.
without some protection. But I'll tell you
You
what, these
son of a
things are
bitch.
pretty tough. I did a quick
Oh,
test where I
shit.
took some 1/2-inch copper, I filled it to the top with water, and I put 2 shark bite connectors on here because I figured the
Yeah,
water
see, but the
pressure
difference
would
is
blow off that connector.
Brina,
And I'll tell you, look
and
at
she was,
this.
you know,
It
she shouldn't have gotten
actually
married in the
blew
first place,
apart
right?
the
If she likes,
connection. And
you
the
know,
teeth,
having
you
sex,
could
fucking.
see almost like
But
fingernails on a chalkboard
cheating when
dragging
both
off
are
the
not
pipe as it came off.
saying, okay, we're,
It
you know,
did
we're in
fail, but I'll
agreement.
tell you, it failed in an impressive way. I think this thing's pretty
Oh, God,
tough.
it's like
And I
his
think
name's
under
right. Like,
normal
let me look
use,
up. Let me look up on
this thing's
Facebook.
gonna
See his.
hold. Now,
God
obviously, you
damn it.
don't want to put these anywhere they're gonna freeze.
I,
Okay, so what are the takeaways? Where can you use
Damn it.
these? Where don't you
Yeah,
want to use
since
these? As I mentioned, no ground contact.
Billy,
I would be hesitant to put these
him and
in
his
the wall
wife
personally.
already have an
You know,
agreement.
they've only
He
been on the
said
market
they've
for
been like that
15
since they've been
years. I
married.
do
You know,
worry about some breakdown. This is my personal
like 25
opinion,
years. So they've
but
been,
I would
you know,
only use these in a place where you can see them in the
and
future.
and
Maybe,
have no kids.
maybe
I'm
a
like,
basement,
shit.
a crawl
Okay,
space.
so that's
This
what
is
they
the
preferred.
perfect
You
thing
know.
to use if you're
Yeah.
replacing your water heater yourself. You know, usually
Some
they
people just want to
have
have
about a
fun.
15-year lifespan. If you're replacing your
They
water
are.
heater, perfect. I would definitely
Yeah.
recommend this. This could even be a do-it-yourself or weekend
He
project.
like he said, he
I
goes,
found
hey,
one
my
guy's next door
brothers
did
and
it for a
sisters
friend's
have
house last weekend.
kids,
Took
and
him 2
I
hours
treat
start
them
to
like
finish
mine.
to
You know,
replace
I'll
the
just
water
buy them
heater.
gifts
Did a
and
fantastic job and used all the
stuff like that. And he said, hey, the family lives on through them.
On the other hand, if you're a builder, the place to use these
So
is
he
in
said him and his
refurbishment
wife,
and
like he
remodel
got
phase. If you're ripping out a
what do you
kitchen
call it,
for a client
vasectomy,
to
and
do
his
a
wife got
basement remodel,
tube sites. So he goes,
think
hey,
how nice it would be
he goes,
to
and
show up,
because majority of times
turn
we
the
just
water off to the
fuck the
house,
shit
cut
out
all
of
the
each
pipes in
other.
the
I was
kitchen,
like, well, okay.
drop a cap on there, not
Yeah.
have to call the plumber.
That's why you
and
guys
then
are always
a couple
happy.
weeks or a month later, when the plumber's ready to come to the job, it's all
I
clean
go,
and ready to go.
for real.
All he's
It's
gotta
like
do is
I've
top
never
this
seen
cap
them
off and
argue.
continue
You know,
on
they're
with
always
the
like,
job.
hey, how's
And
up?
the
What's
fact that
up?
you can use these
Hey,
on any
Cormac,
pipe
what's
style
up?
too, fantastic. I actually keep a 1/2 inch and a 3/4 in my truck at all times now.
You know, being
Just for
honest, I
that
never
reason. I
like
think
kind
these
of
are
like
a fantastic emergency
like thought
use
about
type
it or something
situation.
until I was
All
going,
right, so to
oh,
wrap
okay.
it up,
All right,
I think
that makes
these,
sense.
interestingly enough, are
Yeah.
both awesome and a slight accident waiting to happen. Use them in places where you're going to assume that they're going to be in service for 15 years or less. I think you're good to go with any situation like that. But as a builder and remodeler myself, I would not bury these in a wall. I would not allow my plumber to use these. Guys, I hope the video was useful for you. Hit that subscribe button below. We've got new videos every Tuesday and every Friday coming out. out. And of course, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. See you soon.
Yeah, they got a new symbol for
I'm thinking in my head.
for an Imperion. It's called the
because we got the
I don't know if it's Federate
VLC controlling the VLC.
or Union. It was something like with the humans. So they got like a Earth with stars on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they have solar panels, but it's in 7.5. I was checking it out. I haven't tested the solar panels things in the 7.5 experimental.
Right.
They got like instead of say, okay, you got like somebody built a huge capital vessel, and I've seen it when they don't add like the what do you call it? Those big old hangar doors.
Mm-hmm.
A force field that you can put, and it keeps the oxygen in. So like if you want to oxygenate a hangar without having the hangar doors, you can do that. So you can have this force field that keeps it in.
Right.
So like instead of having doors, you can just fly right in and then land. But I go, yeah, but that's for fire. You know, like if somebody's coming in and they can just fly right in and start shooting your shit up. If you're PvPing. They're also working on like a force field. A force field around, and of course you can shoot it and it'll take hit, and then after a while, you know, the force will be down.
Well, it should be related to how much power you have.
But for now, they like the solar they got the solar panels are for the base, and they said eventually be because it kind of mentioned it. I was reading the notes. It said like in space. I'm like, oh, okay, so they're probably gonna have it for capital vessel later on.
Right.
Because they said like somebody has a capital vessel and they don't, and depending on where you angle, like say you go, okay, here's a planet, the sun's right there, you can park your capital vessel, angle it, because say you put the solar panels on one side or in the rear or whatever, then you can keep it on the sun. But then again, you got to have like it says those capacitors can only hold so much. And then they're reworking like the weapons and then the propellant. Like some of the they said they're reworking it so like laser gun is gonna have more hit power, or say you got a bigger gun, right? And it will do more damage than like say certain guns.
Right.
Balance it to like a real life, you know. Like a pistol versus a gun, depending on what type of pistol you have. And then say like on some of the turrets, or you can the hit power, right? But like say turret to fire, and then when it hits, it's gonna be hitting at 1,000. It'll take 1,000 points, but ship, I think it loses its velocity. You know, so if you get closer, that's when it does more damage. It's not gonna it can't hit you. But if the person says, you know what, I want this ship to have guns that can fire from some far away and still hit that guy, and then as he gets closer, you know, it'll still be the same, but it'll balance it. But I think plus they should limit it, not because I saw that one video when the person had like was it the guy on YouTube on the day when we're on Old Man or Gramps. And it was somebody he was talking to, which this guy had turrets all over the capital vessel. It was like, it looked like 100. And I go, and he said that when he plays it, it's like, it usually crashes the system. But when they limit the guns because they don't want somebody to be overpowered, right? You have a little small vessel, and all of a sudden you got 100 turrets, you know, aiming at you. You're gonna get blown up like within seconds.
Well, it's a server option to turn that off, or to limit the amount of guns a ship can have.
Oh, it's already limited. Well, you can only have like 4 of each. 10 guns, like the turrets. 2 of those. The other ones are 4, and then the only ones that are allowed 6 are the Gatling guns, or the minigun. You know, the Gatling guns.
Right.
But you know, I'm gonna look it up and see if they changed it. But ships today coming. You know, I posted. It's so funny because today, like in Facebook, I'm on with the Imperion group.
Mm-hmm.
Posted a picture of his capital vessel that he finished, and then I put mine up, and then all of a sudden, everybody that was like that's in the group started. Oh, like today, I noticed like about 6 people started posting theirs up. they had put, and they're really good too. I was like, holy shit. We're going to be seeing more, of the capital vessels come out. I've seen like in the comments, it was a while back. Somebody said they played engineers, they played this, they played that, and then it's always they go it's then their updates are like really long, or it takes a while, and he goes they notice in Empyrean there's constantly updates on it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass because fucking you got to update the server every time they do an update. There's no way to fucking auto update it. I mean, it's good that they're working on it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, like fuck! It's snowing outside.
Oh, it's snowing outside?
I could go a whole year without seeing that shit. No, I'm just joking.
It's so
I like
funny
snow.
because when I was stationed in Germany, when you first go there, oh, look at snow, it's cool. Being honest, I didn't get bored of it, but yeah, sometimes it's a pain in the ass when you gotta go somewhere. You're like, fuck, I just want to go to the store right there and fucking snow up to my knees.
Yeah. And cold as fuck.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think Yacht could agree with me on this. We don't need snow for 6 months out of the year.
No, but we get it.
We don't. We could be good with snow for 4 or 5 weeks.
Just long enough for everybody to get their snowmobiling done.
Well, the thing is, we need enough snow to get snowmobiling done. Because I use mountain machine. And I could go up to the mountains if I really felt like it.
Yeah.
Which I might.
What time is they going to have the podcast?
I don't know.
Should be another
Waiting
2
on
hours
credit.
my time. Well, yeah, it all depends. 2 hours if Cradle gets on.
Yeah, but what time?
It's 9 Cradle does it 9 o'clock his time.
Oh, so that way it gives other people. I remember he was talking about it. Who was it? A5.
Is it not that time right now?
No, he's an hour ahead of me, so he's at 7 o'clock. So right now, and it's only 6 for me.
7:28.
Yeah, 7.
Houston,
7:28.
Okay. We still got plenty of time.
I don't know if K5's gonna come in after this last dilemma.
Oh, because he's like
he fucked himself up. He won't be getting anybody streaming here.
Me, yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna keep the mouth shut then.
I know. I saw. We were all there for the meeting, I think.
Yep, that's the unfortunate part, though. But happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't know yet. You haven't had anything to deal with yet. I mean, I'm sure you have your issues, but you've had issues, and you have your shit that you got to deal with. But you know, everybody's got their own shit, and some people deal with it differently than others.
Yep.
That doesn't make them a bad person.
Well, yeah, I know that.
And we don't turn our back on family just because they're having a problem.
It's just,
keep that in mind.
It's like
I know it's
we're gonna
frustrating sometimes. But if you were going through the same
here-
shit, we'd have your back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God. I want to hear this shit.
I am cutting up female bacon, man. This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna make
Female bacon.
female bacon. You know, Canadian bacon.
Yeah, Canadian bacon that comes from fucking, what do they call it? I forget what they call it. Fucking pig. Female pig.
Sow?
Wait, what?
Sow or something.
I don't know if it has to be female. Pork belly. Well, technically.
Oh, have you ever had salted pork?
Yeah.
Ooh, that shit is salty as a motherfucker, but it's thick and it's great with like if you have some beans on the side.
Well, technically, you're supposed to boil it to get rid of all the salt.
What, bacon?
No. Salted pork. It used to be a way to preserve it. I mean, it would never go rotten. And then you boil it to make it, edible.
Anal beads.
And anal beads, yes. You definitely want to boil those too before you eat them. And now Richie's thinking about eating anal beads. Alrighty.
That'd be fucked up. Are you having anal beads?
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to see you chewing that shit, alright?
Fucking hell. Well, I mean, shit. If it looks like gum.
It's not a tea bag, goddammit.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
Just a bunch of disgusting fuckers.
Okay. I know what I can do in Big Valley. August. Oh fuck, it's in August yet. Have you ever heard of the Big Valley Jamboree before?
I don't know. I like licking or eating at the Big Valley. No? That's okay. Cormac got it.
Cormac, yeah, he got it.
Richie hasn't got it, so he didn't get it.
You look at my book, okay?
Well, right now,
No.
the Big Valley Jamboree is like
it's not a cowboy show.
It's a country music concert.
Fuck no.
And
I got nothing against people who like country music, but I don't like country music. For the most part. There is a little bit of country that I will absolutely get down to, but most of it is shit.
Are you
The newer
fucking
stuff?
kidding me?
Newer stuff sucks.
Campground A and B is sold out already.
I don't know, some of the older stuff sucks pretty hard too. Now, of course, I got some country that I grew up with, so, I mean, that's all good.
God damn it.
But I just don't get people that, you know, only listen to that. It's weird. Come on, Pan, get hot. Gotta sear this piggy flesh. Oh fuck, I gotta dry it off before we do that.
I'm looking at one capital vessel right now.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's like, how would you say it?
Mm.
There's no
Tits?
there's no hangar bay. Like there's a door way up on, or two doors way up on top. This is and it's a small destroyer. It's a very small capital vessel, but its
Right.
main thing is like, you can tell it's just for attack.
Right. So it's quick, it's nimble.
That's something that we can use.
Get in, shoot a lot, run away.
This is something that even one person can come in. This is some of the big small the small vessels.
Mm-hmm.
They can come in, attack, get out of there, and he could be a distraction while the other vessels come in. How many turrets does it have? Let me look. But then it has the big, the big, the 6 pulse lasers, and then the 4 rockets, the big ones.
Well, you need rockets for sure.
So those are like the main ones. The ones that you can only use when you're shooting up in, I think, in space.
Well, any weapon on the capital vessel, you can only shoot it in space.
This looks pretty cool because it has enough seats, but I think for like if in the future, if we're gonna do this, would be, I think this would be good for just like one person to come in, or you can have 2 of them because they're not big, they're a small capital, and then while you get the other guys coming in. This is like, it has a high armor and it's like real thick before it even gets into it. Whoever's trying to shoot it can get him into hit the gas tanks or the fuel.
Right.
Whoever designed it, they did a great job on it. Of it, if you lose some of the blocks, they're easy to replace. They're not like some elaborate shapes that somebody has made.
Right. And sometimes you want elaborate shapes.
This one has, let me see, one.
Because you can build up armor. There we go. Oh, that's fucking sexy. Can you hear the sizzle from there?
The bacon, right?
Yeah. Well, female bacon though, not bacon. It's a pork loin that's been essentially pickled, salt cured, and smoked, and then covered with cornmeal. And then you slice that into thin sheets, and then that becomes your bacon. It's essentially like a pickled ham steak with cornmeal.
Holy.
So fucking good.
Holy fuck, this shit's expensive.
Are you still doing Wildlands?
Yeah. You want to do some right now, or?
Well, I'm cooking bacon, but maybe when I'm done, probably.
What, you got it updated or installing?
Well, it should be installed by the time I get back there.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Ground beef.
Baby touching hamster fucker.
What?
What? What?
You heard me.
Was it? How's it go again?
Yacht reached a new high.
Baby touching hamster fucker.
Oh shit.
Because, you know,
I've never-
sometimes you just gotta.
I've never heard that saying though.
I should hope not.
Baby touching hamster. Hey, Stinky, you're a baby touching hamster fucker. Yeah.
Here, calm down. You're gonna get me in trouble.
If we do the podcast tonight, that's what we gotta say is baby touching hamster fucker. That's what we should put as our names.
Maybe. I'll think about it. I probably will. Yeah, the baby touching hamster fucker.
Version
No,
1 and
that's-
version 2.
The issue with that is the baby touching part.
Yeah. Somebody go, what?
hmm People get all kinds of offended about that kind of stuff. Never put that label on yourself, ever. Even if you're joking.
Sometimes I just want to punch a baby.
Oh yeah, baby punching hamster fucker. There you go. It doesn't have the same ring to it, but you know.
I know Cradle earlier was playing Rocket League. This fucking idiot, I don't know, keeps on changing his names.
Prairie dogging did I don't know. Dildo liquor.
Prairie dog and dodo liquor. You know, just the other day I had somebody, hey, do you remember me? No. Well, we met in 5M. I don't know how he got onto my friends list because I rarely fucking friend people.
Mhm.
And well, unless I play with them, you know.
Okay. Did you ask him
But
if you
not
fucked
more-
his sister?
If who? If he fucked his sister or if I?
No, you fucked his sister.
No, I did not.
You're like, hey, did I fuck your sister or something?
Well, I don't know. That's the first thing I would ask. Hey, you remember me? Did I fuck your sister or your mom?
What? Forgot, you know, I don't know. I can remember his. That pissed somebody off. Fuck you.
Wow.
You know.
Hey, but I'm asking an honest question. Did I fuck your sister or not? I can't remember.
Pretty much piss him off too.
Ah, especially out of the fucking blue like that, you know.
and I was like, I said no. I said, what the fuck do you want? He said, I just trying to say hi. I said, fuck off. You know what a sensible person would do. Or I could have went the cradle way and lost it on him and started singing the beat pussy song.
Well, that would have been great if you would have fucking sung that to those chicks there.
It had too many things in it.
And then you bring one of them home and fuck them. Or both of them.
Yeah, they ain't coming to my place.
No, go to theirs. Don't ever bring hoes back to your place.
She was.
No,
Yeah.
fucking do them right in the pool. Right in front of the kids.
Ugh. That's weird. Don't say stuff like that.
That is nasty.
Not there's a bathroom in the pool.
You mean at like the pool center?
No, at the hotel. There's a pool. Like a swimming pool.
Okay, never mind. Don't ever say you're gonna be fucking around in front of kids. That's just
Why?
weird.
Hey, they'll be doing it one day.
Yeah? One day.
Maybe give her another kid. She'll learn to fucking keep her legs closed.
Mm. Yeah, but then you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I don't have money for that kind of shit.
Yeah, well, bitches like that, that's what they're looking for. Alrighty. Canadian bacon sandwiches.
Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon. A little cheese on there. A little fingering grandma.
Fingering grandma.
Well, not my grandma. You know, the proverbial grandma.
God, have you ever seen this show called Mrs. Brown's Boys?
That sounds dirty.
It's a fucked up show.
What's it about?
It's kind of an older show. And
What you trying to say, boy?
it's just a lot of fucked up shit. But funny.
You ever seen Father Ted?
No.
That's an old fucking TV show. But that's fucking funny. I mean, if you're into laughing.
Yeah.
It really speaks about religion. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
It's a priest who can't ever get anything to fucking go right for him. So clearly,
God hates him.
God hates him. If there is a God.
And he should go and kill himself.
What, to go find out?
What?
To go find out if there is a God? Because you never know unless you check.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the fucked up thing? Say there was a God.
Yeah.
What if one of the rules was you can't ever know that there's God? Pretty sure it says something like that. And you can't ever tell anybody that you worship him either. People forgot that rule.
Yeah, you're not supposed to worship God.
Yeah, you're not supposed to also worship idols. You know, like at the church. People going to church were just considered disgusting by Jesus. Yet these are the people who fucking think they're going to heaven.
I've told like some of my friends, I go, you know, if Jesus came back, he would actually topple down those statues of himself.
Well,
You know, like
I'm
I don't think
Catholic,
he'd
and
actually do that. I think
See,
he'd just be like, well, that's wrong.
I have no problem with going to church and shit, but it's only on occasions.
I got nothing against going to church. It's the part about sucking the priest's dick that I got a problem with.
Sucking the
so
priest's
funny
dick.
because people thought it was all like with the Catholics, and then you find out it's just about it. Here you got pedophiles, you got child molesters, and every
And Shabambu.
it's telling you, it's like, okay, nobody's perfect. You're in.
Yeah,
No.
nobody's perfect.
But at the same time, how about instead of with mental illness, by saying that people are speaking to God, maybe we actually treat that. See if we can make them better.
Well, it was something to do with back then, because people didn't know, and now we do. You know, you got to treat it.
To the ATM.
You know how you deal with illnesses?
for DOAs from the DEA.
You gotta grab them by the pussy.
Tough to get a word in edgewise with these electricians around. What we're going to do is we can control, so say you got the Ugga Dugga gun. You can control what the compressor is doing by giving pulses of air. So we're going to use the air to control the VFD. Say we want supercharger Dugga Duggas, we want 200% over torque. You know,
Hey, Yod, have they started to put salt down in your part of the country?
No, but I bet they'll be out tonight.
Or are they putting out that fucking calcium chloride bullshit?
I thought it was the same shit.
The calcium's worse.
For what?
For the vehicles. It just eats your fucking vehicle.
Oh. Well, it doesn't get to stay on my vehicle long enough to do anything.
Why, you wash your vehicle every time you take it out?
No, I park it inside, underground, in a heated enclosure.
Oh, you got a heated shed?
I have a heated underground parking garage.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. With keyless entry.
Keyless.
Mm-hmm. We got a little fob, you tap it, the door opens.
Oh, yeah, one of them.
And I got an elevator that goes all the way down into the basement. And then from the basement, you can walk out to the garage. I don't even need a coat.
Well, you need a code if you're going to McDick's.
No.
Oh, no, you
'Cause
just
they got
have yours
drive-thru.
delivered.
Well, there's that too. I just find delivery so much more convenient. For what I'm saving in gas and maintenance on the car,
Let
they're
somebody
sucking
else
up the
fuck
cost.
their vehicle.
Yeah. And while they're doing it, I could be doing other things.
Making some money.
Well, maybe.
Hear coyotes right now.
Old rusty. What you can do is give it a couple brops in a certain sequence. The PLC will pick that up in the pressure drops, and then it can know to go into fucking overdrive. What do you think, huh? Huh? No, you never want to force anything. Just get yourself a bigger hammer. Tap it, tap. No. Oh, I see. Give her a little reverse action. A little,
That's what I gotta do. I gotta get to the fucking farm here in the next 2 weeks and get that fucking blade on that four-wheel drive.
It's coming. You know, they probably make a tool for this.
So then I can start clearing snow.
Bottomed up. Reach down a little lower.
This is impossible.
Just a little lower. Ah!
That was touch and go.
Well, she ain't the belle of the ball, but I've had worse. I mean, a mouth is a mouth at 3 a.m., am I right? So we'll just touch her up with the emery cloth, and then put some lipstick on this pig, and on she goes. Now we're getting into the meat of her, the proof in the pudding. We're actually testing it. Because this was engineered when Christ was a cowboy, this is sized so that at the upper end, when this is at 125 PSI, the motor isn't overloaded. But in all other cases, the motor is underloaded. So what we want to do is make sure that the motor is equally loaded at all operating scenarios. What do you think, Sweet Nubs? Half a turn, fart, let the smoke out?
All right, let's do it.
It works. It's working.
You want to squirt it out at you?
Yep. Oh yeah. Slight leak. We have found the problem. The ferrule worn right out. Ain't no kill like overkill. 12,000 PSI burst rated. That ought to do her. Just try it again. Yeah, okay. Tighten her up. No, fuck no. We'll spray some belt dressing on there. Yeah, boss, I would have fixed it, but all I had was my crescent wrench. Now, problem is, I don't actually have belt dressing, but this does in a pickle. Don't believe me, eh? You'll see. You'll see. I'll show them all. And word to the wise, trap for young gamers. This stuff is highly flammable. Don't ask me how I know that. What do you think? You want to give her 60 hertz?
Yeah. Engage.
And time! Nice. You got her at 100 hertz?
Yeah, well, 99.1.
99.1. Don't be afraid to give her one. Fuck yeah, man. Way better. Did you find it ran smoother too? It didn't have the bad case of weeble wobbles?
Yeah, it didn't have that super.
Let's do the hot start, but at 120 PSI. See if she starts.
You're not that high.
Yeah.
The high revolution.
And we'll see if we can get rid of the unloader valve. Fuck yeah, buddy. What we're doing here, hit it, is hitting the jog function. We're testing the function to reduce the stiction inside that pistone. Now, it always wants to stop at the same location. either top dead center or bottom dead center, because that's where the pistone changes direction. That's under the most load.
Yeah, I noticed like when in this small capital vessel, the one I was telling you about, that's went into atmosphere, the thing was in red. It was like 125%. I noticed he had put a lot of fuel tanks in it, so there's like something like 40 fuel tanks. So I got rid of a couple of them, added 2 more T1 generators, and then just kind of. He only had like 2 ammo boxes, and then I added 2 cargo boxes inside. It's all tight. Its main thing is to attack, but I'm sitting there thinking, okay, at least have 2 cargo boxes so they can just throw stuff in there. Fuel. Okay, now it's at 64% in atmosphere, which is. Doesn't go in the red, so all I needed was 2 extra generators.
That's weird.
And this one only has 1, but it moves quick because it's small. It turns real good.
To sight, then there's some stiction there. We want to overcome that stiction so we don't trip the breaker. And
They'll see something, then they'll tweak it to their own they want.
Now, Duclaw had an excellent point. In his misspent youth, he did some timber framing. He had a point here. I'll let him take over.
I put a landing gear on it.
He's on his fucking phone.
Perfect.
With the fucking phone. What a busy man here.
And at the, if something like this gets, if we do like we get the material and build one, we're gonna have to get built a scaffolding to get to the top to get inside the ship.
They're using those
raid from a base.
That sucks.
It's no big deal because it's not. It won't be that high. We'll just like put blocks up and then, or those elevators. Get those
crew of framers up
side, and then when we land the ship, have an elevator with the little ramp, and that's about it. Really,
it's just stupid. Just
take that long.
Stupid. So why not have it so the PLC controls this guy, and when you see
we can just
that
it could be flown by one person each, and they can distract a lot. It's kind of like a big ass fighter.
Throttle it back depending on how hot the motor and everything gets. I mean, the applications here. I'm sure I'm not thinking of a lot of stuff, but just the fact that this has been invented 150 years ago and the technology hasn't changed is fucking ridiculous. We plug in 120 volts. That kicks it up to 220 in the
You liking your bacon?
And
He's
then
very good.
we run 3-phase. We can give it.
He's like licking it.
We can vary the speed of it. Compressors
He's
now.
looking at it like
this is
it's a fucking
available in
dildo.
industry, but I'm talking.
I was gonna say he was eating it like a pussy.
Guys here, construction zones, portable, all that sort of stuff. We can vary.
There's a difference
the
when you're looking
speed
like a
of this
dildo.
motor
Maybe
depending on demand. So we don't need.
He's more
this
eating
thing
it like
to
a
go up to
cunt.
120 psi and then drop back down to 80 before it kicks back on. We can see.
Okay, listen
we
to
can have
this.
pressure transducers,
Fucking
so it knows when the operator's calling for demand. We could have a signal. We could say 1, 2, 3, duggas, and it kicks into 200% over torque. You know, it just fucking gives her. We could have it so that guys, carpenters who are up on the roof running nail guns, we can keep those guys supplied instead of it dropping way down. You know, we give her 200% over torque and maybe have an external blower, a little 12-volt blower, what runs off the drive.
The fuck are you watching?
Stuff like that. So we're going to get into the PLC programming in the future of a jail. As far as this, I would appreciate your feedback as to whether or not this would be useful for you, not having to rely on it, because you know what it's like when you're waiting for this thing to spool up so that you have enough pressure to break those rusty nuts. Get rid of all that bullshit and have a smart control.
That's
on
a prank phone call app.
No more flipping
those
breakers all the
voices, you
time.
can change.
I mean, it's endless. It's endless. I think this is a great idea. I would appreciate.
I just
your
use my
feedback
voice to do
down in
prank
the
calls.
doobly-doo. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Doobly-doo. Keep your dick in a vice.
I was in Beijing on a.
So Yacht, I heard you got banned happy the other day.
For what?
That little fucking kid. The
What kid?
chicken shit kid. Remember the kid that came in to Cradle stream? That little one with the squeaky fucking voice.
I didn't ban him. I just kicked him. You can come back in.
I can.
I just didn't feel like listening to it right then.
I thought Buddha
I asked
said
him nicely to leave. He didn't
banned.
leave, so I kicked him.
No, we don't need fucking kids like that in this community.
Building looks.
Because he started talking, it was like we all went quiet. We're like, what the
Should we move? Should we move another channel? Leave them in here. What should we do? Go into a locked room. Because I know the meeting room is locked, and I'm not sure about the podcast channel.
A lot of you have been asking for a hunting video. Well, today you're going to get one.
Or what should we do? Or should we just crush his streams right now and ban him?
Oh, fuck that.
No, there's only so much though. You know that you can handle of kids before they start driving driving you fucking crazy.
We have had 3 altercations inside of our yard with our animals. The neighbors are losing animals. There's just not a lot of hunting pressure on them out here, and they're getting more bolden. They're getting more aggressive when they're actually coming in the yard. So we're going to set up a call, and we're going to thin the herd. Get on the tail there. All right, we're ready. That should be no problem at this distance. This barrel settled in. And on a good day, I'm shooting half MOA. Not every day, but on a good day.
Ducks.
Ducks are farting.
Here is the heart of a television set.
I'm gonna check on something.
Each circuit in the tuner is aligned individually by a skilled technician to assure peak operating performance.
Oh, this is fucking cool. It's can fucking block squeezer.
Have passed all checks, tests, and inspections.
You fucking put cans in this hopper and it fucking crushes them into like a square block.
Wrapping guns. This is a new technique developed by the communications industry for making electrical connections where extreme dependability is required. It's cleaner, faster, and
I can see that being useful.
soldering. And all along the line, there are inspectors watching, probing, searching in the endless effort to maintain. All chassis receive a 100% inspection and performance check. To make certain that all sets can be aligned exactly and tested under actual operating conditions, this master signal center contains approximately 5 times the amount of transmitting equipment found in the average commercial television station. It can generate test patterns and signals of over 100 different frequencies. It sends out these test patterns and pictures in color and black and white to control points throughout the plant. As each chassis passes its performance test, It moves on to final assembly to be joined with cabinet.
I don't know. Would a fucking bottle depot take a crushed stack of cans like that though?
Samples of finished sets are selected for the life testing laboratory.
They may not, but your scrapyard would.
The sets are
Yeah,
continually
but they don't pay as
turned on and
good.
off. On for 105 minutes, off for 15 minutes. To subject
For
them to
aluminum, it
alternate
should be a
heating
flat
and
rate.
cooling off. Throughout the tests, technicians using sensitive testing
Oh yeah,
equipment
actually, you know what? They might pay good.
keep a
Local
close clinical
scrapyard.
report on the action of each set.
Call them up, find out.
At each stage of assembly, inspectors judge
So I'll
with a
build one of
trained
those.
eye the
Not that fucking
yes,
hard.
and the work of machines.
I've got cylinders lying around at the farm that I can weld a
Instantly in
fucking
a single operation. This type of design and soldering
system
assures
too,
the
or
same
whatever the
reliable
fuck it is,
electrical
like a
performance as
plunger
demanded
tube.
and used in such exacting equipment as computing machines.
I could
and
probably
management
even use that fucking system to make square bales, little fucking square
Even this
bales.
mechanical operation is checked. Over 17 million printed circuit boards have
Of
already
what,
been
hay?
produced for RCA
Yeah.
Victor consumer products alone.
Like little just little shit and things.
Amazing testimony to the
You know, just for
effectiveness
fun,
of printed
not
circuit boards
commercial.
is the fact that less than 2/10 of 1%
Like commercial, you
has
gotta
been
go
required
around
for
bales
spare
these
parts
days.
replacement stock. Every soldered joint on each printed circuit board is
Oh,
checked
poor
by a
car.
trained eye. It must have just the right amount of solder. Not too much, not too little, but just enough. In the mechanical laboratory, the chassis prototype is assembled with all of its component parts. Once the chassis is assembled, it is sent into an electrical laboratory where engineers make elaborate tests to check out all its circuitry, aided by test pictures and patterns, originating from this room in the Cherry Hill Laboratories. It operates much the same as any television station. However, by using a closed circuit, engineers can simulate conditions such as distance. They can also create their own interference so that they can be sure that a quality picture will be produced even under adverse conditions.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. A D11T
When prototype cabinets
running
and
over a
chassis have
fucking
been checked
C10.
individually, they are assembled as a unit.
Sit down, truck.
Then they are placed in a special echo-proofed chamber to
Sit
study
down, put
sound
this dick in your mouth.
characteristics. Sound systems and speakers are thoroughly tested. A moving microphone picks
There
up
we
the
go.
sound at varying angles. This machine makes 19 different tests on each tube. It automatically rejects any that do not pass.
That's what I would love to do, is run a
At each stage of
D11.
food manufacturing, samples are taken for even closer analysis and testing to make doubly sure quality standards are maintained. In Harrison, all incoming basic materials are sample tested. The control of purity of the materials used in making tubes is a vital necessity if contamination and breakdown are to be eliminated. Another example of the philosophy, to produce the best, you must begin with the best. In this work at Harrison, research engineers work with the unusual. Machines that clean materials with ultrasonic sound waves. Machines capable of testing the strength of wire finer than a human hair. Even liquid nitrogen, as well as induction furnaces capable of heats of over 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. To maintain accuracy, a special
Just
laboratory
fucking
checks
crush
all
that
test
car.
equipment using units certified by the National
Fucking
Bureau
tin
of
can.
Standards. Here, quality standards are also controlled by
Well, that's a
checking
good way to crush a
characteristics of
vehicle.
tube samples against master specifications. After manufacturing, every tube is aged in racks at 3 to 4 times rated filament voltages, and then 100% tested for operating characteristics. When packed, each lot is coded to identify them in event sampling checks reveal deficiencies. In Harrison's life testing laboratory, 250,000 sample tubes can be given rigorous life and performance tests each year. 15,000 to 25,000 tube samples can be tested here at one time. Some up to 5,000 hours, 10,000 hours, or as much as 25,000 hours. 2 hours on, 10 minutes off. Day and night, samples are turned off and on to duplicate years of actual operation. Where warehouse samples are checked in use in all types of operating television sets. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, color kinescopes are produced with the same cautious guarding of quality. Typical of Lancaster's painstaking controls is the incoming inspection of kinescope glass faceplates and funnels. In a series of 54 checks, critical dimensions are measured within thousandths of an inch to make certain that when assembled with electrical components, each tube can deliver the peak picture performance built into the design. This electric pneumatic contour gauge checks the inner surface of faceplates to make certain they are sections of a sphere. In one simultaneous operation, it can check 15 gauging points. The shadow mask is subjected to even more exacting inspections. Etched with over 250,000 holes, it shadows the phosphor dots, yet is transparent to the correct electron beams. This plant is completely air-conditioned and filtered to keep dust from getting into any components, such as this 3-gun assembly, and affecting operation once sealed in the tubes. Before being applied to the tube face, each phosphor color is mixed in its own room, where color and brightness can be matched down to a wavelength. The resulting mixture is then photosensitized and taken to the screen room. Application of the color phosphor dots is a precision operation requiring microscopic inspection. Here, each faceplate is married to a shadow mask and placed over a housing which uses mercury arc lamps to duplicate electron gun beams.
Not 50-euro bills. Oh no, it's just napkins.
Every completed tube receives a 100% performance inspection, followed by the life testing of representative samples. These checks reveal consistently a life expectancy equal to that of black and white kinescopes. Prior to shipment, quality checks are made after a 3-day waiting period in shipping pack. All 3 guns are tested electrically, and an entire lot retested if deficiencies are revealed. Research engineers and advanced designers work together in the pursuit of quality. Electronic engineers continually probe into the future. Their only guideposts are ideas as to where sound and picture reproduction may be improved. These are the men who unlock the secrets of improved performance, or find practical answers for improving quality. As these men work, one of their first steps is to build prototypes. Before being used, a new component is taken to the components development and test laboratories. Here it receives exhaustive tests before it is put into production. Transformers, for instance, are passed only if their insulation will withstand 5 times the voltage they will carry in normal operation. An average capacitor must be able to withstand at least twice its rated voltage, and is also tested to measure stability under various temperature changes. All switches, relays, and bearings are mechanically tested to make sure that they are able to withstand the equivalent of up to 10 years' wear. Before manufacturing, prototype coils are handmade and then subjected to exhaustive tests. Some components are even tested under steam pressure to simulate extreme heat and humidity, and then electrically retested. Only after proving conclusively that they can function effectively under conditions far worse than those they will be subjected to in the average home are electrical components okayed for production. While basic electrical components are being designed and tested, tuners are being developed and improved upon in a special laboratory. Much of this highly specialized work takes place inside individual cages designed to screen out electrical interference. The operating characteristics of prototype tuners are carefully, such as Monticello. Craftsmanship and precision are also important aspects of quality production. Workmen in these plants are skilled craftsmen who come from families where woodworking is a tradition. Starting with selected raw materials, such as mahogany planks, these craftsmen proceed to transform them step by step.
Oops.
Well, there's nothing on Cradle's Twitter that he's not having the podcast tonight.
Mm-hmm.
People are fucking idiots doing stupid shit with these phones. You don't fucking run a lithium ion battery through a crusher.
Yeah, you do.
What that battery, doesn't that battery have acid in it?
Dude, it'll catch fire.
I know, that's why I'm saying never run a lithium ion battery through a crusher.
Yeah.
Or,
But you totally should. Because it'll catch fire.
yeah, you should. But in the meantime, you shouldn't too.
Well, if you're stupid, you shouldn't. If you don't know what's going to happen, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you already know what's going to happen and you're doing it for shits and giggles, then you absolutely should. Or if you've taken...
No, you'd be a dumbass and you know what the consequences are, and it happens, then you're a dumbass.
How come this doesn't have any audio? Better. Putting a finger in your butt.
Yeah, you ready to do some Wildlands? Or Wildlands?
I'm actually feeling quite tired. My doctor changed a bunch of medication around, so I may actually end up going to bed in a few minutes.
Tired?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I've been up since 4.
In the morning?
Yeah.
What,
I
you
woke up,
start
couldn't
work
get
then?
to sleep.
Well, you started work. Oh yeah, you're on vacation. Still,
Yeah.
right?
For another 2 weeks.
Lucky bastard.
How so?
Cause I have to fucking work.
Yeah, but I'm not getting paid.
And neither do I get paid if I take vacation days. Don't you get paid vacation days in your company?
Well, they can either give you paid vacation days or they can pay vacation up front.
And what's paid vacation up front with that company? $1,000?
No, it's 4% on every pay.
4%?
Mm-hmm.
They're that fucking cheap?
That's the government requirement.
Government needs to fucking get their ass in gear. Give us more.
I think what a lot of people are missing is that expecting the government to jump in and force companies to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like big companies, that's one thing. They can afford that kind of stuff and still operate. But small companies,
They'll never afford anything like that.
no, they can't afford it. Well, they can't afford it and expect to pay the kind of taxes they still have to pay.
Yeah. Which that is the disappointing part, but you know, what can you do? Right?
Well, we could put more pressure on the bigger companies. To provide, services for people who've been, displaced by machines.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to get a job, putting thousands of people out of work. But it's another thing if the company's going to have to pay that wage anyways in fees to the government for doing so.
Yeah.
And then that money just ends up going into like basic income program or something. The whole point is that, sure, you can get rid of the people, and once the people are gone, you pay, for the machines and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And those machines will do probably a better job. They won't make any mistakes, not like people do. They don't get tired. They don't call in sick. I mean, they might break down from time to time, but other costs are extremely cut. But the people who have been displaced need to have some kind of reparations. Otherwise, everybody's going to be replaced by machines and nobody's going to have any jobs. So then what the fuck are we going to do then? And creating more jobs isn't the answer. I mean, if we want people to be to have free time, that's fine. Give them free time. Give them fucking free money so that they can have free time.
Yep.
But somebody's going to have to pay for it. I say the machines do.
But the machines don't make money.
Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do.
Well, they make the company money, but they don't make money themselves.
Well, but that's how you generate value. That's how you calculate value. By how much value they bring to the company. And a portion of that needs to be collected to offset the job losses. I mean, these companies are getting all kinds of fucking laws put in place. The government's bending over backwards for them. The least that they can fucking do is not displace the people who fucking voted to get the people in to give them the breaks that they did.
Yeah.
And then fucking fire those people when they have machines come in to do the job. So the way it looks is if that's what they're going to be allowed to do, then it kind of looks like people just got fucked over, and the company's main goal the whole time was to fire these people to get machines to do their jobs, just so they could get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then get all these fucking laws relaxed so they don't have to pay fucking taxes. So now they don't have to pay any fucking taxes because they're hiring, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people at their companies. Yeah. Now that they fired them all, they still get the break on those taxes? I don't fucking think so. They gotta bring some kind of benefit. And again, who the fuck's gonna be their customer if they fire everybody and nobody's making any money?
Well, nobody.
Yeah. So eventually an equilibrium will come where these companies will hire all kinds of fucking robots and people just won't use the company because they don't have any money.
Yep.
But we probably shouldn't let things get to that point before we start going, oh, that was a bad idea.
Yep.
Like we did with the banking system, with the fucking meltdown in 2008.
What meltdown?
The banking crash. The financial collapse of 2008.
No.
I am going to sleep.